Hello and welcome back to the BF Bricks YouTube channel, and today in this video we're going to be talking about a pretty interesting topic in terms of Lego investing, and it's going to be how long do we keep our investments for. So it's a pretty interesting topic because there's no right or wrong answer. There's a few sets that tend to do really well in the short term, then there's some which go up like a rocket ship and then kind of tail off sort of after the year or so of being in retirement. So we're going to have a quick discussion about that and see what we tend to do with these types of sets. So yeah, we're going to jump right into it. So the first one we're going to be talking about is going to be when we bought the Mos Eisley Cantina. Now this is a set which retired at the end of a couple of years ago now, so I think it's had nearly 18 months in retirement, close enough to that. And it's a set which we were expected to do really well, and it actually performed really badly in terms of investment. We picked it up from John Lewis, I believe, at around £255, and we ended up selling it at an event a few weeks ago for about 310. So in terms of profit, we made money on the set, but having a large set like that in storage for, we bought it, it's going to be well over 18 months we paid it, but had it. So in terms of sets like that, it didn't do very well. However, if we had the space, you probably could say keep it another 2 or 3 years and it probably would go up considerably more to the point of where we wanted it. But this is the thing, we haven't got unlimited space for storage. In fact, we actually are quite limited in space. So when we buy sets, we like to try and keep them for a year. So we'll buy sets that retire at the end of this year, then we'll probably hopefully have them for have them when they've been a year retired. But yeah, so that's not the only topic I want to talk about, but the other one is sort of real world events can make Lego sets go up. So I've got a good example here. You may have seen this in a few of our thumbnails, and we've spoken to this about before. This is the One Piece Brickhead set. Now, these, if you can see on here, there's actually 2 of these. Now, this one has done really well. The clown one you can still pick up for retail price. Now, the reason why we think this set did so well is, one, I think the season 2 of this set, the season of One Piece, came out, and it did push this set up a lot because it had just retired. And these now go for around £35. So for a set you could have bought 6 months ago for £9, now looking at paying 30. And it's a similar thing happened with the Stranger Things set. So when I think it's the Upside Down House, we were talking about this at our event, because the guy opposite us sold one for nearly £700, and he said he sold one last year for 450. And he said that because of the final season of Stranger Things coming out, the hype for that show was massive, and it really pushed up the prices of some of the sets. So we tend to keep our sets for as long as we feel adequately in terms of profit. So a set like this, we've got a couple of these, so we'll probably keep one long term just to see if it keeps going up. If it doesn't, we're still going to make a good profit on it, but we definitely will start taking one of these to our Lego events. So that's basically how we tend to do it. We tend to do it on sort of look at how much profit we're going to be making, and that's sort of how we go off Lego investments. Now, there's a few other sets, like this one. Now these ones, we brought this, I can't remember, I think it was half price on Lego. Now when stuff goes discounted on Lego, it can take a long time for it to go up in price. This is the little Ninjago set, but we like these types of sets. If I was buying this as a investor who was going to sell online, we would never buy this, because this is probably a set which the quantity is so high, because they were, I think, 50% off on Lego at one time for a considerable amount of time. But for us, we can take these to Lego events, and there's just a really good size box, and these sort of size boxes, they seem to be like value for money, because probably charge anywhere from £25 to £35 for this set. Being retired set, some people may look it up at the price, but most people who buy stuff like this, it will just be an impulse buy, and they'll look at it and think, yeah, I want this set. And I think this is a cool set, but again, I think we've got about 5 or 6 of these, so we've already started taking these to events. So it's one of the type of sets where we like to take to events solely just because of the size of the box, because we tend to sell more sets this size rather than the small ones, because when you're going to buy stuff from the events, you don't really tend to buy the really cheap stuff. A lot of people buy like the medium sized sets. But talk about another set which we bought at the bit, and it's a bit of a flop, is a Blacktron Renegade. This is one which probably going to cut our losses on, to be honest. Now I think we paid retail price for this, which is about £80. I think these are actually about £60-70 on eBay, so we'll probably be losing money on this set. I think it's just one look of the draws with Lego. We bought this set retail price because it fell with a pretty good gift of purchase at the time. I think it was the Space Baby set, and we were like, oh, we'll get one of these because it's Lego Icons, and Icon set tend to do pretty good. But I think they then had a massive discount on this set, and even when this set was discounted, it didn't sell out. So I think you can still get this at John Lewis, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's ever on retail. So this is a type of set which we'll probably just have to take a hit on, and it happens a few times that sets just don't perform as you expect, and this is why we like to get a large variety of sets when we're investing, because some sets just don't perform well, like this and the Moss Arctic Cantina. So not every set performs well like our Brickhead set. So yeah, because we could probably keep this set another couple of years, and at some point we'll probably sell it for what we paid for it. But I'd rather have like the funds to spend on sets which are retiring this year, because if you haven't watched some of our retirement videos, there's a lot of good sets retiring this year, so we definitely need to make sure we've got plenty of stuff going around for that. So yeah, that's a little video trying to tell you how we do it in terms of investing. There's no right or wrong answer in terms of how long you should keep the set. Some sets just absolutely blow up. I think it was the Pink Parrot. Within a month of retired, it tripled in price. So, and it's about the same price now. So, if you're happy with the returns, that just tends to be how we do it. We don't look at it. We don't work out the percentage or anything like that. We just work out if we're happy with the profit we're going to be getting. So yeah, that's just how we do it, and just bear that in mind when Lego investing. It's all about risk and reward. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you did like it, please drop us a like and subscribe. We've got lots of other Lego videos coming up. We'll have a few unboxings coming up now. We've freed up some funds with our last event. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.